down and listen to records. Smell the cover, read all the verses. Tell me about your favorites on Vinyl and Vision.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in to the latest episode of Vinyl and Vision. Here we are with episode 138. Today's very special guest is Rainer Fronz. Rainer is the founder of Learning Curve Records and the co-founder of Caterwaul Fest. It was a great honor for me to be able to speak with him. I have been looking forward to it for a while. It's definitely been on my list of people to have on the show and to talk with. I have opted out of the idea of speaking to him about one record solely, so that kind of proves to be an important and influential album for him. Not because he's not a musician. I thought that the perspective of a person that runs a record label, who's obviously clearly a huge music fan, would also be equally interesting, but we had very little time to schedule this, and I was kind of a little pressured because I didn't have a lot of time to prepare, and so I opted to just have a very candid conversation. I opted to do no notes and just get him on the line. So I find it to be great. I mean, it's very record-centric and record label-centric. Obviously, as a person who is also trying to run a record label and is only a few years in, I took this opportunity to talk with him about that and kind of just figure out the business a little bit from his perspective, like, how he got into it and why, and like how he's been able to maintain it for 25 years now, and just his perspective on kind of how the business works and what works for him and why he makes some of the choices that he makes. In addition to that, founding a festival. Caterwaul Fest is in its 6th year now and is a exceptional festival that leans towards the rock and noise rock and punk rock music, and how that came to be and his aspirations for that festival going forward. So I hope that you enjoy this conversation. I mean, it's a candid one. It's like very little edits, and there was no script. There was nothing, no notes I took, no questions I had pre-formulated. It was very much off the cuff, and I like those. I like these conversations. They're nice. They're fun. As a matter of fact, at the very end of the episode, I include a story I share a story with Rainer that I found, I think we both found very funny. And I don't think I've ever shared this story publicly before. So if you like Arab on Radar, maybe you'll like this story. So stay tuned for that. But I felt pressured and kind of we hurried this conversation along because Reiner's not doing well. He's actually number 1 on a wait list for a heart transplant currently. So I felt like time was of the essence. His publicist Curran kind of reached out to me and let me know the same. So that's kind of why I opted for this kind of conversation, as opposed to one of my kind of like formulated and researched things. But it also just is really fun. These are so much better and so much more fun to have than like one of the prepared speeches things and doing all the research and stuff like that. Not that they're not good, they're just less pressure. It provides for a more relaxed conversation, I mean, Rainer could use a lot of help. Could use a lot of support, could use a lot of prayers if you want, thoughts and prayers, as a lot of people say these days. But also there's a GoFundMe that was started for him and his family, which I will provide links in the show notes for that. And obviously in other ways that you can help Rainer out in the financial way, visit Learning Curve Records, go to their Bandcamp page, purchase any and all of the records that they currently have available. Not only will you be getting great music and great records, but you'll be helping him out in the same time. So it's a win-win for everybody. Do that. If you care to go see the shows at Caterwaul Fest, I'm pretty sure that there are tickets available for every night of the week, in addition to weekend-long packages. As if you can make it for all 3 nights, I would recommend that highly. It's incredible bills all 3 days of the week, of the weekend. And I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Still trying to get there myself. Still trying to figure out if I can make it or not. Trying. Fingers crossed we make it. But otherwise, yeah, please do all those things. And, if you like the show, all that we ask here is that you do the things you do with the internet. Like, share, subscribe, comment, rate, review. They're all very easy and quick things. It cost you nothing. They're absolutely free. And they're such just great things to do. They help us out immensely. If you do care to help us out as well in a financial way, I ask you not to right now. I ask you to please go help out Rainer first. But if you care to support our show and help us out at our label, we do have records available as well. You can go to our website, www.psychic-static.com. We also have a Bandcamp page and so forth, and we discuss that too in this in this show. You'll hear all about it. Just listen in. Just listen for it. But again, thank you folks for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. And best of luck to Rainer and his family. We hope that he gets the heart in due time, and the surgery is a success, and we get to see him over there in Minneapolis very soon. Thanks, folks. Enjoy.
Hey.
Hello. Rainer Fronz?
That's right.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Nailed it. Yeah.
Okay. I was following the prompt on the screen. That's how
Well, it helps when I
Yeah.
spell it out that way.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, all things considered.
Yeah. It looks like you are in a hospital.
I am in a hospital.
Okay. What's it's no secret, right? But you're waiting for a heart transplant?
Yes.
Okay. So where are you in that process?
Just waiting. So I am O positive blood type.
Oh.
So that is great if you're giving an organ, but really bad if you're trying to accept an organ, just because you can give an organ to basically anybody, but when coming back, it has to be specifically O positive. And I also am kind of built like a linebacker.
Yeah.
And I'm like 6'3", like 240 pounds, which,
you need
just
you need a big pump.
Yeah. Yeah. I need a big guy. So
wow. Okay.
not taking like a, 5 foot nothing, 100-pound guy or heart.
Right. Huh. Well, so you don't know where you're at with that as far as like, a donor comes in, it's like something has to come in like in a moment and then you just kind of have to go.
Yeah, well, you have it's like 12-hour, essentially, it's like to, talk to whoever you want to talk to and kind of get your stuff together. And then you're basically under the knife.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is kind of crazy because I assumed it was just like heart's here, time to go.
Right.
And then, yeah, but you have a little time to let people like family know.
Right.
So,
Well, that's kind of nice to know. Just in case anyone else is going through that type of situation.
Yeah, because they have to they get the organ and they obviously with technology and whatnot. And then the doctors have to basically inspect it, make sure it's suitable, make sure it's going to work for you. And then, yeah.
Right.
Let's go.
Right.
Let's crack you open.
Have you ever had to have any kind of heart surgery in the past? Because this has kind of been like a recurring thing for you.
Yep. So I developed heart failure in 2001, but I had viral infection, like pneumonia. I was just out of college and just kind of in between insurances. So you do what most kids when you're like 23 or guys do when you're 23. You figure I got this, I don't need a doctor. I survived. But apparently I didn't. So my heart and chest got surrounded by fluid. So my heart swelled up, and then I developed heart failure. So I managed it with medication, did whatnot for 20 or so years.
So anybody, how much insulin?
Oh, sorry. 6.5 units. 6.5. Nurses. Yep. And then so I managed it for 20 some odd years, and then it started to get a little shaky. I started to get arrhythmias with my heart. Then I got a pacemaker ICD in 2013 to help kind of keep my heart on rhythm. And then I got an infection in my leg, and I got put on some antibiotics, and my body didn't like those antibiotics at all. So my heart and kidneys decided to try to take a vacation. So that's when I got put on an LVAD, which is a left ventricle assist device. So that's how I got my chest cracked open then. That's when they stick like a mechanical pump in my heart. And then they get to carry around like a giant pack of batteries.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like plug into a wall at night when I sleep. And
Yeah.
but it's been great. Like I feel really good about it.
Yeah. It works well, and it's been kind of making everything work as it should.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then so what happened a couple weeks ago is I still get like strange arrhythmias every once in a while, but I got a pretty big one. And then my pacemaker just had to shock me 6 times in a row, which is very unpleasant. Because when you have an LVAD, you don't pass out for those shocks. So it's basically you're getting like just like massive like shocks inside your body. I kind of describe it as like getting like having a giant professional photographer bulb going off inside your body without like any release, just like that, like bam, bam, bam. Then
Wow.
I felt like I was like, basically like gonna die, and I started like trying to like dislodge it from my chest, like trying to like disconnect the wires because I didn't know what's going on. So it's kind of freaky.
Yeah, I can.
A little PTSD causing too. You kind of get like,
Sure, man. Yeah.
yeah, you get like it's very similar, like the way you kind of feel like when you have that feeling when you're like just falling asleep and like you miss a stare or whatever, when you're kind of like half dreaming. It's very similar. It's kind of similar to that, but a lot more painful.
Right. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, thank you for this insight. I mean, it's kind of just weird to even be having this conversation with you. I hope you don't mind, first of all. I mean, like, this is not the way I intended to kind of start this conversation, but I didn't realize you were already in the hospital.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been in here since April 12th. They basically said you're checking in and you're going to status 1 on the transplant list. And which basically means me and I think one other person in the state of Minnesota are on that level. So,
yeah,
because it's set up for like, there's like 8 levels on this transplant list.
Sure. So your priority, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to be that high, I guess, but it also means like my heart's kind of screwed up. Those 6 shocks didn't do me any favors.
Right.
But everything was like, it was being managed. I was like living, like felt good. I was fine. I mean, I feel pretty normal now, but I just know I can't take another shot probably.
Right. Right.
From my pacemaker.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty meted up here at the hospital to keep my heart in mind.
Yeah. Okay.
And under pretty constant observation.
Right. Yeah. Even now. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, 'cause this is very shocking to me because, I mean, I knew that this was happening, but, like the timeline that you just gave, it's just like we were going to talk about your record label, and it sounds like this started just after you started your label.
Yeah, essentially. Or just, yeah, I'd actually started the label before it happened, but then
Right.
it kind of happened like around the time that my label was just starting. So
Right. So you're about 1 year in, and then you start having these heart conditions and medical issues. So how was that? How did that affect you? Like kind of moving forward with that? Because I mean, you've progressed, and you're now celebrating your 25th year of doing it. So
yeah, it kind of gave me busy work because I definitely, after when I first was diagnosed with it and dealt with it, I kind of had to take it easy. So it just kind of gave me something to keep busy with and not think about like, holy crap, like my heart went from like being awesome because I was, an athlete in high school, and my first couple of years of college, I played basketball at a small school. But yeah, so then I'm like freaking out. So I'm like, my heart went from like normal to functioning at like 15%. But then, yeah, it gave me something to like kind of focus on and work with. And so, yeah, then it just kind of gave me a little bit of motivation to make it happen,
Right.
or at least work on it. I mean, those first years starting a label by yourself are kind of a little more difficult than you'd expect. So you see, especially in the early 2000s, kind of seeing, you kind of had this like imaginary vision of like all the labels you grew up with, seeing and thinking like,
Can I be that good?
yeah, can I be that good? Can I have like that magic that like things like Touch and Go, Sub Pop, or AMREP, or Lookout, or whoever like had,
Right. Right.
where it's like hit after hit or interesting thing after interesting thing, and like, will I have like those mail order catalogs, like you get, a kid opens up and it's like, oh, cool, like a new record.
Right. Well,
But little I know,
unfortunately,
like the internet's here to like destroy everything.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, regardless of like what kind of catalog you have, you probably wouldn't. There's probably no need for a mail order catalog
Right.
at this point. But it is a cool
Exactly.
thing, and then I know what you mean. Well, so I mean, and just with saying that, I mean, like it kind of puts an interesting perspective because I mean, like paying attention more now to like record labels and what they do and like who they release. Those labels that you mentioned, like Lookout or like some of the other small ones, maybe even like Matador, AMREP. Obviously, AMREP is very small now at this point. It's a very small operation. Put out very few things.
Yeah.
What's another little one like that?
I think like back then, like Jade Tree.
Right. Touch and
Would have been one.
Touch and Go's not around anymore, right?
Not really. They're kind of like, they've been reissuing stuff. I think that's about it.
Right.
So yeah, it's anymore. It's kind of like you're either in the reissuing like band or labels from back in the 90s. It's like a reissuing game, or you're active like Matador or Diesto. And you're just like, you're working on such like a expanded kind of roster where you're like working all kinds of genres, like where you're going from like hip hop to like, singer songwriter to like indie rock to punk rock. I mean, if you look at like Sub Pop's roster, it's like all over the board. Same with Matador. I mean, which is cool, but it's also like,
well, they're kind of a major now, right?
Yeah, I would kind of consider it that, yeah. Which is kind of crazy, but it's also like good, they got a store.
Yeah. Well, some of the people, graduate and elevate into this other level, I mean, and like, we have a very fond admiration for Sub Pop here in Rhode Island because of because of our local boys, Six Finger Satellite, having been on it,
right.
And a few other people. I mean, like some other people had like singles that they released through Sub Pop, like Von Ryan's Express, and I even think the Amazing Crowns had a single with Sub Pop. So so it's like they're kind of dear to us because that all happened prior to the Nirvana boom.
Right.
Yeah, so we definitely have an affection for that label, but it's definitely a totally different place now. But I was going to ask you, like, so thinking about that now, like, these labels, with the experience that you have and what you've seen, kind of like in the business in general. I mean, what are those labels like? Does it mean anything anymore? Like, as far as like, the kind of love that you had for it or the admiration that you had by looking at them, having, like with like the releases that they would put out?
I still think it kind of does, at least to me. And I think there is a little bit, there's still like a network, I guess you can call it, that existed back then with among bands and other labels. I think there's less of a competition now, because I know back in the 90s there's definitely more of a like kind of an abrasion between all of them, you definitely like there's things that work together, like Sub Pop and AmRep did some co-releases, but I mean there's definitely a little bit more competition, I think, between labels back then. But I think now, like I find myself working a lot more with like The Ghost is Clear and Bobby, or my friend Tony, who does Forbidden Place Records.
Oh, okay.
And also with Joe Thomas from Wrong Speed Records over in England. Like I've released some records from them, like Hey Colossus and Part Chimp, done like US pressings. So I think there's a little bit more of collaborative work because things have gotten more expensive, and it's just easier to help each other out and get kind of spread the word in everybody's own, like we all have like our own like group of fans, I guess. There's a lot of crossover, right, but everybody kind of has their like loyal fans that, you know, it's like selling to your like own little niche,
right,
and helping each label out with, you know, some new music. Right. I guess it's kind of the way to think of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it helps each other out. Like, you know, kind of takes a little bit of the financial burden off of a label if you guys are working together to put something out. I mean, like, I forget, I think I was probably talking with Chris X from Reptile Records, and he had told me that. He was just like, yeah, doing a co-split, like with another label, it's great. Sure, why not? Like, it only helps.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I know he's done stuff with Bobby, and I've talked to him about doing things, but it just hasn't worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've known Chris for a long time too.
Yeah, I haven't. I've only met him a few years back and only got to talk to him one time, really. But you know, but it's an interesting thing to speak with people that are working in this realm and in this business, because it's a weird one for sure.
Oh yeah,
from what I'm gathering.
Yeah, it's bizarre, and I think everything definitely got a lot closer and more intimate, even though it doesn't seem that intimate with the internet and social media, because it's a lot easier to reach out to somebody and try to collaborate with somebody, or to meet a band or talk to a band, as opposed to having to wait till they come through town, or if they don't tour, especially living in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. Like, not every band's coming up here, you know?
Right.
Like, if I lived in Chicago, it might be a little different, or even if Kansas City, because a lot of, you know, that's a straight, you're, you know, cruising across on Interstate 80 or whatever. And then, yeah, it's just easier to be put on the map that way. Like, it's kind of hard to like come up here, especially in the wintertime. Like, nobody wants to come up here.
Right.
Although global warming is helping us out a little bit with that.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it has its perks, you know.
Yeah.
Not too many, but that's one at least.
No, exactly.
Well, like maybe we should talk a little bit about your own history, because you know, typically when I have people here talking with me on this show, it's just like, you know, kind of open people up and kind of figure out more about their kind of personal life and where they came from. I mean, so you want to start with, like, you know, where you were born and raised?
Yeah, I was born in a small town called Geneseo, Illinois. And that's kind of the long and the short of it. There's not much happening there. I used to hop the Amtrak to Chicago. And that's kind of where I got in a little bit of trouble and found music, like going to like Reckless Records and record stores. The only record stores really that I had access to in the big cities in Moline, at the malls, there's a place called Co-op Records, and just like whatever chain stores were at the mall. And once I could make it in Chicago, I would sign up for whatever, like I was talking before, like record catalogs, and then just whatever in magazines.
Yeah.
I would find and just send away. And then also you find like that cool cassette or the record, and you just start reading the liner notes and then buying those records.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
huge,
that's
great resource.
Yeah. That's basically how I kind of got into it.
Yeah. And how old were you at the time that you were traveling into Chicago?
I was in like high school.
Okay. And I mean,
So
what is your earliest memory of music in the house?
uh, probably uh, my parents were pretty into country and the Beach Boys.
Hmm.
So there's that, and then my sister and I getting the Bad record,
Michael
and
Jackson.
also yeah, and the Twisted Sister, and I also had the Kiss "Lick It Up" single. That
Oh,
those were
okay.
kind of uh, like the big records that I had, uh, and also a John Denver 8 track.
Nice.
It's kind of a weird, like, pretty across the board there. But then I definitely remember like having to like peel parental advisory stickers off cassettes, to, like try to buy them at like Target from whatever, like Guns N' Roses or whatever, and like trying to buy like the Stormtroopers of Death cassette. And my mom seeing it, she's like, "No way!" The same with like the Cramps record uh, at a record store. She's like, "Absolutely not." So
Right.
I'd have to sneak back with my friends' parents or whatever and buy it,
Cool. Yeah.
things like that. Yeah, because basically it'd be another one where like I might have no idea what these records sound like, but like looking at it and be like, I know I need to buy this because that looks super cool.
Right. Yeah. We're gonna have to talk about that too. Maybe remind me of that.
Yeah,
but
yeah, of course.
but so I mean, getting into music like that as a young kid, I mean, like, you say your parents were listening to like a lot of country music and Beach Boys. I mean, like, and you say you have a sister, but so like, how did you get turned on to rock music specifically?
Uh, well, so like the country music was stuff like kind of a little more gospel, like Oak Ridge Boys, Alabama,
Hmm.
bands like that. Which I mean, listening to it now, like I don't, I don't mind it, because
Yeah.
it brings back memories from when I was a child, and it wasn't like, oh yeah, and there's like Kenny Rogers and things like that. Like I remember going to see the movie Six Pack in the theater with my mom.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny now, but oh yeah, I mean that stuff, like, and same with like Johnny Cash and like listening to Elvis. Like as a kid, once you get to a certain point, you're like, that stuff's kind of lame. But now, like looking back on it, especially stuff like Elvis and some of like the Kenny Rogers stuff, even, and like then you kind of expand it out to like Hank Williams and
Sure.
um, Willie Nelson. Then you realize like all that kind of outlaw country stuff, like it's all sort of connected, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
all pretty awesome. Then so you can go back and appreciate even things like Alabama, even though it's a little more, you know, religious aspect or whatever.
A
But
little
I mean, it's
clean.
it's working class and
Right.
they have their songs. So I think that kind of did get me into music, and just by as a kid being interested in music, it kind of led me to kind of like search for something else because I could hear something in it that like got me interested, and I just wanted to like find more because I knew there was something that was like uh, the next step beyond it, because I could tell that what I was listening to, that there was something beyond it that was like, I know as a kid I just think I could tell that that was like the like PG version, I guess. I mean,
Right.
that's probably not what I was thinking as a kid, but I could just tell there's like something beyond this
Yeah.
that's different, because like my sister was older and I could hear the stuff that she was listening to in her room that was definitely a little more uh, abrasive or different, because she would have like Bruce Springsteen or whatever she was
Sure.
listening to.
Yeah. So it was more rock music she was listening to.
Yeah,
So she
yeah, I
turned
remember
you on to
listening.
rock, you think?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. She was
yeah,
your
especially
main point of contact, you think?
yeah, yeah. I remember like she like one of the first things was like Violent Femmes, uh, the Instant Club hit from Dead Milkmen. Um, then she was like 4 to 5 years older. So when I was freshman or junior high, uh, she went off to college and she came back and was like, here's Fugazi, which I heard of, but like here she was like the newest records, and here's all these other crazy things. Here's Husker Du, and like so all these like other bands.
Yeah,
and weird things.
You got anointed.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're listening to these, like you're listening to Run DMC. Here's these other things.
Right. Yeah. So she was conscious of like she kind of wanted to mold you a little bit. She was just like, you're cool. You obviously have you're getting there. So let me just give you a little push here and there.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I'm trying to think my first concert, I guess, going back, was the Beach Boys at the Illinois State Fair.
That's cool.
And then the first like kind of real thing, my sister did take me to see Jane's Addiction.
Oh wow!
On the Ritual tour. And that was like 80 something, 88 or 89 probably.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
So I was in junior high. And I just remember like I was having eating a Tic Tac, and some guy came up to me and was like, "Say no to drugs." I'm like, man, I'm like 13. like I'm not doing drugs.
Right. Well, that's good. Yeah, it's because some kids do. Yeah.
Yep, no, I know. Well, especially now, probably. But I mean, it's like 1988.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking to Bob Burt the other night, and he told me that when he was 14, he started smoking pot and like taking acid or something.
Wow.
Yeah, mescaline or something. Something I don't remember where it was, what he was getting into, but yeah. Heavy stuff.
Wasn't. Well, I've had a pretty unfortunate health career. I was a type 1 diabetic starting at like 5 years old.
Oh.
So I had that going for me. So I stuck pretty straight and narrow for a while.
Sure.
I didn't really branch out just because I was like, especially back then.
You're too afraid. You're like, I don't know what this is going to do.
Yeah, I'm pretty much going to be toast probably by the time I'm like 21. So right. I'm just having to kick back, man.
Yeah, right. That's cool. So, so I mean, like you're kind of teenager and stuff, kind of getting into records in Chicago. So what happened from there? I mean, I guess, because at some point you ended up working for AmRep, which was in college, I guess, right?
Yep. Well, so I go through, and so I'm in the Quad Cities, and basically every cool show I try to get to, find like whatever random local bands that are cool. So like this band Tripmaster Monkeys from the Quad Cities, like kind of befriend them as much as I can and go to shows I can there. And then end up going to college up here in Minnesota in Northfield, which is just south of the cities. Start working at the radio station on campus. Quickly become an assistant music director, and then become the music director, then become the station manager. So that's kind of how I get kind of networked in music, talking to people like other like labels, reps,
right.
Promotion companies. Kind of abuse we have guest lists, the clubs, through the radio station. So going to a lot of shows, driving up. Then you start to like meet people you see at shows, and then obviously back then, so that'd be the mid 90s, things like CMJ were still awesome and super fun to go to. So go out there and meet up with the people you're talking to, and, make connections, whatnot. But then, by the time I get out of college, like I said, the internet is the ruiner of all things cool.
Right.
There just was, right around 99, 98, 99, there was just nothing. Like there wasn't any really jobs, or I wasn't cute enough. Just kidding. Then I just kind of started working. Well, there was a trip. I moved out to Portland, Oregon for a year to check that out. Then ended up moving back here just because I found even less people I knew out there. And then...
Yeah. Too weird for you?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. It's beautiful. You
Yeah.
know, it's like got the coast an hour that way, and then the mountains an hour this way. But yeah, just to and the rain was brutal.
Oh yeah.
Like it's here, there's sun when it snows.
Right. So wait, so you're hitting a wall in like the late '90s, like the music scene, as far as you know from what you're what you're getting into through the radio station and college and stuff, is kind of fizzling out.
A little bit. It just seemed like there was like a great uh, at the time when I was in college. There was like a great uh, like there's a lot of like good indie rock and like punk rock that's kind of happening. Then it kind of like peaked a little bit. Then it kind of like started. It's kind of when like Limp Bizkit and all that stuff kind of hit,
Oh right.
and like MTV kind of like started doing like Total Request Live and
Right.
like
It was the
music, like
oversaturation of like pop.
yeah, and like the Woodstock thing happened, and then like music just kind of became a joke of itself, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean for sure.
Yeah, so it just kind of like for a lot of people, especially in the music business, it just kind of became like not really about music as much anymore. I think, at least what I thought,
Hmm.
and uh, especially where my mind was at that time. So then I just kind of came back, and then there's an opening at AMREP, but at the time it was just selling back catalog and the like lowbrow art Zippos.
Right.
So I started doing that, and then I also began working at Grumpy's, the bar that uh,
Tom.
AMREP or Tom owned.
Yeah.
So then that began my career of working at Grumpy's for like 25 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
so I bartended and managed there, where we put on those Melbourne shows and the big bashes, and
Oh yeah.
we did like the first. I was there when we did the first two like Melbourne singles, like the Spit It Out single with the Shepherd Ferry cover, and the Shit Sandwich one, which is blank. And then
Oh
like
wow.
there was a little bit of like some musical stuff that was happening in AMREP, but it was all kind of he was just kind of starting to get back into like doing some stuff, especially with the Melvins. And then it kind of became I had my mom had gotten really sick with ovarian cancer, so I kind of stopped doing the AMREP stuff, and then took some time to deal with that,
Yeah.
but still kept at the bar.
Right. Right.
I know it's kind of a strange like left turn out of nowhere,
Yeah.
but
No.
and in all this time had started the label, and essentially kept it going kind of through thick and thin from uh, basically the early 2000s.
Right, right. Well, I mean, so before you started internship with AMREP, I mean, did you have any inkling or any like kind of fascination with the idea of starting a label?
No, I did, and I talked about it with a friend of mine that worked at the radio station with me. But it was always kind of like a pipe dream, I guess.
Yeah.
So we had I can't think of the name now. It was a place out of Canada. I think it was a record label. They had a book. It was like how to start a record label.
Oh,
I can't think of the name. But yeah, they had like oh my god. The book is called like How to Start a Record Label, I think. I don't know. I'll think of it, I'll send you it. It's like once the name comes up, you're totally gonna be like,
yeah. I'm trying to search it on the internet. I can't really find anything, at least nothing that sounds like what you're talking about. A lot of good information though that I should probably read.
oh yeah, everybody wants to tell you how to start a record label.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of try to stay away from that stuff just because, like, I guess it's kind of like anything. I mean, like, you can obviously tell me whether or not this sounds right, but I mean, like, um, you know, I kind of do multiple things. Like, I'm not just I don't just have a record label. I mean, I kind of have this whole production company thing because, like, obviously I do this podcast, and I was kind of getting into the idea. Oh, I sell records too, like all those things back there are for sale.
Right.
So it's kind of like a record store. So I mean, all the things that are like a business, quote unquote, you know, like
Right.
it's all.
Yeah. If I was at home, I'd have a very similar background.
Yeah. Probably a lot bigger, but yes,
Yeah,
I can imagine. But I mean, it's all the same principle, right? So I mean, it's just like manufacture your thing or acquire your merchandise as cheap as possible, sell it for a profit, and just hopefully break even. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. That's essentially, that's essentially the record label from, 2005-ish, 10-ish till now.
Well, so what was the difference when you started?
Vinyl was, at first, it wasn't really that much of a thing yet. It hadn't made its comeback quite yet.
Right.
And it was a lot cheaper to make.
And you were specifically interested in making vinyl records when you started?
Only singles, because at that point it just seemed really intimidating for me to start and do like a full album on vinyl, because I wasn't sure people would buy it back then.
Yeah.
Like it just seemed like too much, I guess, too scary, I think. Because back then people were still buying CDs at a really good rate or clip, I guess.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem like that many people were buying LPs, even though I myself was, but it didn't seem like the normal public, I guess, was buying LPs yet.
Right. Well, was there some interpretation on your part of like, if I'm going to put out a full length record, that means I'm going to have to press at least 1,000, Like there was no like idea of like doing a small run, like, oh, if I only make like 200, not a big deal.
Oh no, it was always, well, especially with vinyl, it was always the lowest possible pressing, because you can always repress, and it's cheaper to repress. Because I mean, there's stuff I definitely had to repress, but I mean the CDs was always, especially because they got so cheap to make, it's like didn't even become a thing anymore.
Sure. Kind of like now. I mean, like CDs was kind of like the cheapest way to go to reproduce anything, I think.
Yeah. No, yeah, and even cassettes are still relatively cheap, and you can make like 100 of them.
Right.
And that's still like affordable to sell, like at a decent price.
Yeah. Yeah. The vinyl has certainly kind of put us in a different spot.
Yeah. No, it's kind of getting pretty extreme. But the nice thing is there is a lot more US based plants that are popping up that are kind of making it so it's a little more affordable to press here, and the shipping from overseas is just like out of control.
Right. Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's nice. I mean, I'm sure, especially where you are, there's probably more. Where I am, there's not too many around, and like, I remember, like, kind of like in the midst of the pandemic, I was kind of calling around, trying to get a project worked on, and like trying to get some quotes from some places, and like, small runs, obviously, like nothing crazy, and because I wanted to keep it local, I didn't want to have to go with something overseas, so. Some places were just like, we're on a 2-year wait list. Like, we're not even taking orders right now.
Yeah, that's insane.
Well, and then even still, it's just like the smaller run. I mean, like to like press 100. Like, I think there's a place in Burlington, I think, Vermont. It just seems so expensive. It's just like, well, I'm going to have to sell these records for like $25 a piece.
It's like counterintuitive, yeah.
Right.
For like pressings of 100, there's a place here in town they can do it at now called Out of Wax, and then I've used Solid Merch. I mean, that's overseas, but you can do 100 out of there, and that's not as bad if you just do the whatever eco mix, you get the random color.
Right. That's not bad. That's kind of cool too. I mean, you kind of like don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. But probably was the last time I did it. It just came back with all black. I was like, come on.
Or they're all black.
Yeah. I mean, it's recycled. That's great.
Yeah. Well,
it says there's a little thing on the bottom. It's like, could be all black.
That's so wild. Well, I mean, like you have quite a sensitive catalog at this point. Starting in 2000, and you've been releasing up until to this day, basically. From what I gather, I have some of your records. Like I bought some recently.
Oh yeah, it's great record.
Cheese, In Lieu.
Oh yeah.
Bronson Arm. I got the two of those. Yeah. I think I got the last splattered one.
Oh yeah, that's hard to find.
Well, now, yeah.
Out.
I mean,
yeah.
I saw them. I saw Blake here in Rhode Island when he came through, and I was pretty insanely busy that night he was coming through, so I couldn't really stay for too long. But I was just like, look, I had to come and buy your records from you. So he gave me a deal and gave me both of these records, and he told me like this is the last one we have. So
awesome.
Yeah, I'm very thankful that he did that for me. And then Triceratops too.
Oh yeah,
this one. This is a great record.
An awesome record. Yeah.
I think you sent
so good.
I think you sent me personally the promo and asked me about talking to these guys on the show.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, and thank you for doing that. Thank you for finding me, because I get a lot of stuff, like sent to me like that, and I remember seeing it, and like the cover art definitely caught me. Obviously, like we were saying before, like cover art is super important, because like that's like your gateway into your interest level.
No, exactly.
Yeah, and so then I mean I'll always listen to at least the first song, or at least see how far I can get into it. Like, I don't know how much like stuff you preview. I mean, obviously people must send you stuff all the time to ask you to put it out on your label.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of that.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you're like, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it's rough because at least because you don't get cover art all the time. So a lot of it's like, how's your pitch, I guess.
Right. I mean, again, it all comes down to the music, really. I mean, like, cover art. I mean, like, obviously you would want somebody to have good cover art if you're going to agree to put their record out. But ultimately, if they give you their like final mixes or something, and that first song grabs you, then
exactly,
that's a pretty good like determining factor of like whether or not like you want to move forward with the thing.
Right. It's tough though, even if the first song's like amazing, but it's like, because I had to do it with a couple bands where you're like, you got to do something about this art. Like something's got to change. Like I don't know what it is, but
yeah,
you can make it. I'm not going to tell you what to put on it, but you got to change it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So yeah. See, I haven't gotten that far yet, because I'm just basically, I mean, this is the kind of the model right now, isn't it? Where bands will basically, if you agree to put out their record, they'll give you the final mixes and masters.
Yeah.
And the finished artwork. So, I mean, you have some say in whether or not you want the artwork to be approved. But I mean, what is that conversation like? Like when it's just like, man, this looks like dog shit. Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not easy. I'll tell you that much.
Right.
Because they poured their heart and soul into it, and they think it's like the be all end all. It's just, you just gotta kind of just sit them down, and unless they're like completely 100% married to it. A lot of times, the 2 times I had to have the conversation, is it turned out they're like, yeah, we kind of weren't really in love with it either. We kind of just wanted to see what you were going to say. And I was like, then why'd you do it this way? It's like, God damn it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Could be a number of reasons they can't hire an artist, and they're just like, oh, I'm just going to scribble something myself, and here you go. That's
at that point, it's just like ask. Like just ask.
Right.
Like I'm always willing to help.
Sure. Are you an artist at all?
No.
Musical artist? Musician?
Yeah, long in another life.
You never aspired to actually try to do something yourself?
No. I mean, I grew up playing music, I suffered through like organ and piano lessons and playing a tenor saxophone through band, which I hated. But if I would have like gotten, you know, like guitar lessons or things like that when I was younger, I probably would have been a lot more happier.
Yeah.
Like not like my 12-year-old daughter is getting like ukulele lessons and drum lessons. It's like
Nice.
she seems totally content. She's also, you know, if she wants to play piano or a keyboard, she can do that. It's like I just asked her like, what do you want to play? And she's like, these.
Sure.
Post I was like, you're in school, you're going to be in the band. Here's what you play.
Right.
It wasn't like
you had to. Yeah, you didn't have to force the thing on her. She just had her pick. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I do the same thing with my kids, but they're just not really interested in music, unfortunately. So, but I keep telling them, just like,
she's
look,
pretty interested.
Tell me your thing, man. Just tell me your thing, and I'll get you the thing. I'll get you the stuff.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the way we are too. It's like, what do you want to do? It's like, you want to make crafts? We'll do it. We'll get it. You know,
right? Yeah.
Whatever you're gonna do, as long as you don't want to say, I want to be a YouTuber anymore.
Right. Well, I mean,
that's not going to happen.
I mean, it could, because all they have to do is do it. That's the other thing too. It's this.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I tell my kids all the time, like, you know, my youngest still says something about the YouTube. I'm just like, do it. Just do it, man. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, you're going to wait till you go to college and get older? Like, no, start now.
Yeah.
Like, well, you see these kids online all the time. Like, if you want to make something similar to that, or, you know, or make your own thing, like, just do it. You have a computer.
Yeah.
Like, what else do you need?
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, that's what we're doing, isn't it? Didn't you just have the thing where you're just like, I'm just going to put this record out. Okay. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to figure it out as I go.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I mean, it's nice to have a resource. Like, so if your daughter had questions, be like, hey, Dad, I want to put out my own records. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, this is what we're going to do.
I can help her do that, yeah. But as far as, like, getting millions of views and monetizing a YouTube channel,
well, sure. It's the same principle, though. It's just like, it's all, okay, well, you got.
But I'm sure there's a YouTube channel for that.
Well, I'm sure there is, yeah. There's plenty, a lot of resources, a lot of podcasts out there, a lot of things you can listen to and watch and stuff. But that's the basis of all of it, is this, like, you have to just be motivated and determined to do it and just start trying.
Right. No, yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, that's what essentially the first few years of the record label were. I mean, I also had the advice, going back to the AMRAP thing, like the first thing that Tom said to me was like, don't do it.
Of course.
You know? Yeah, because he's like, I wasted this much. I'm like, well, yeah, but that's how you have, like, at the time, 3 bars in this lighter company. So don't tell me about not putting records out.
Right.
But that, I mean, but when he was doing it, it was a way different time, you know, obviously. So.
Right. Well, and see, it seems that he had something to fall back on, because if he had, like, you know, his bars to fall back on, I mean, like, those are businesses that, you know, tend to do pretty well for themselves, you know, for the most part. Something had to be making him his money. I mean, if like the records weren't doing well and so forth, and he felt like he was putting a lot of money into it and not seeing any return, it's just like, well, you have your other gig that's kind of helping you support yourself, right?
Right. Yeah.
Did you ever have another gig, like, or like?
Oh yeah, like I said, I bartended the entire time, like basically the entire time when I was doing the label back up until like the pandemic, basically. But not as, like, it started. I definitely worked less and less, like, the more I got involved with the label.
Right. So you did officially transition?
No, I still do some, like, coding and, like, database work on the side.
Is that what you went to school for?
No, I went to school for political science and communications.
Oh,
so
okay.
You can make whatever you want of that.
That's what you were thinking. You're like, I can make it whatever I want out of this. All right. I can start a record label.
Yeah, it's called a Bachelor of Arts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. BA.
So you didn't go to school for anything that was business related, or kind of like something that would put you into kind of the realm you're in?
No. It's basically like learned it all, kind of like trial and error. Figured out how to register the business, how to figure out the taxes and pay buy all the things and start the bank account and
Right.
and do it all over again for starting a music festival thing. And
Right. Yeah. That's another really big one, huh?
yeah,
Sixth year now this year?
yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Or no, fifth year.
Oh, this is the
There's
fifth year.
3 at Palmer's, 1 at 331, and this is the 5th year. Technically,
Okay.
it would have been the 7th year, but the first 2 took a COVID break.
Oh, right. Okay.
They're supposed to be 2020 and 2021, but those both got derailed.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah,
Well,
the
so
pandemic.
yeah, even
Well, we
that.
better watch out the hantavirus or whatever. Could,
Oh man, what?
yeah,
I don't know. There's always going to
yeah,
be
I don't
something.
I know.
As long as they don't shut the world down again, that's all I really
No,
care
exactly. Yeah, I don't think this one is going to be anything near as drastic as that.
about. Yeah, I think people are of the mind now where they're just like kind of a little bit more sympathetic, where they're just like, I'm not feeling so good. Maybe I shouldn't go out tonight. It's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
just don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I understand you don't want to miss this show because it's great. You got a great lineup, but fucking just stay home, man.
Yeah, yeah. Don't put everybody else at risk.
Right.
Don't be a bummer.
Yeah. It's just like if you're coughing and hacking, because I'm actually kind of pretty sick right now. Like I just have this cough, I can't shake. So I'm not going out. Frankly, I'm too busy anyway. But I won't. I'll stay home.
Yeah,
That's fine.
there you go.
I'm okay.
Wise
I'm okay
wise
with this.
choices. Yeah,
I'm okay with sitting this out. I'm at that age anyway. It's like, what would I be doing? Standing in the back? Who cares?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's essentially my my story with doing a music festival. Get as many bands as I want to see to convince them to come to Minneapolis for a weekend.
Hmm.
And I get to see them all, and then I can not go to any more shows for the rest of the year.
There you go. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's the ultimate plan. It's the ultimate 40 to 50-year-old plan.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's working for you though. It seems. I mean, like,
Yeah, no, it's great.
so this year is a pretty great lineup. You've consolidated things now because it's all one venue, but it's outdoor, indoor,
Yep,
right?
this year, yep, yeah. This year we decided because the club has a big enough indoor venue to do the Friday night and then the big outdoor space. So, and they have a restaurant where they have food on site too, so we don't have to deal with like the exterior food trucks or anything. And
Mm. Oh, that's good.
yeah, and the owner is a ex-music or still plays in bands, but he's a music guy, so that helps. He's very friendly.
Yeah, he knows the deal.
Yeah.
So what is the capacity of Zora Darling?
Zora Darling. Yeah. So the inside room is around 200 plus, a little more.
Oh, okay.
And then the outside area is probably between 400 and 500.
Oh, so it's almost better to be outside.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But
Because
so
the Friday night, we've always the room that we had the Friday night one in is always around 200, just because that show is typically because a lot of people are still traveling in from out of town. And it's a later start from people still working or whatnot. So
Yeah,
we've always
yeah.
one's always kind of been like around that kind of capacity.
Oh, okay. I mean, but it's a stacked bill. I mean, and so I
But no,
guess
it's insane. Yeah.
yeah, and you guys go late. Like the last band, the Crosses, is going on at 1:15 in the morning.
Yeah. That's kind of a lot.
Well, I mean, like Minneapolis, right? So I mean, that's what is the closing time at the bars in Minneapolis?
2 a.m.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh shit! So that's gonna be a hard stop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We had the Crosses. They play like it's hardcore, so it's pretty quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
They're
they'll
not
fit
gonna be
40
playing
songs
for-
in a half an hour set.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
All right. That's cool though. I mean, like, yeah, it's such a great bill. I mean, like a lot. I don't know too many of these bands actually, but I know I've been talking to Dan because he's going to be there with the Hammer Party,
Oh yeah.
And he's my resource, man. He's just a such a long time veteran of the music scene and just been out. He's seen everybody play. He has all the records. Like I love going to his house and just fishing through his records. You know, just like there's so
Oh
much
yeah.
crazy shit in there. And so he was telling me about the digits. He was actually really excited about them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
That's gonna be odd. Well, the problem is I'm gonna have to stream it all. I mean, hopefully
yeah.
it all depends. Hopefully a heart shows up.
Oh.
That should be like you're out of it for like 3 days, kind of. Then
Yeah.
you're like up. So
So you think
there's
there's a
hopefully
possibility that you can actually get to the show?
oh no, I won't. Like I doubt it at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, well, if it happens, like if the surgery happens this week, there's a possibility. But I probably just because like your immune system's pretty compromised
Yeah.
for a while. Like it's possible.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to rule it out, but it'd be pretty. It could be at like some area of it, but I probably couldn't stay the whole time.
Right. Right. Okay. So and now you host this festival with Conan, right?
Yep, Conan Neutron,
And
and then Melanie Thomas. She lives out in Portland.
really, so what is her what does she do that she kind of got involved with you guys to help found this event?
She got involved actually when I was first in the hospital. She helped do a fundraiser for me, and she just showed a very strong desire of wanting to be involved with it, with the festival. And we'd known her just through that. And like I had known her through her ex-husband, boyfriend type person.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, we just brought her on because she's a very solid individual. So
Yeah, but she's not a music business type.
no, not really.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she used to live in Chicago and she was pretty active in that scene. So there's a lot of crossover there with people that we know.
Well, I mean, so you're part in Caterwaul. I mean,
Yes, I am part of that.
you know, I know, but I mean, you're. This is also another learning curve for you. You know, you kind of got into this idea of like
Oh yeah.
festival promotions and stuff like that. How are you feeling now that you're so seasoned, or you know, like what are your what do you feel like you learned putting these shows on?
It's a lot of work, a lot of stress. Like one of the things I really like about it is kind of seeing it all come together. And obviously it's like the payoff or whatever
Right.
is seeing people enjoy themselves. It's like also with like putting out records. It's like, I like when people buy a record that I put out and then like knowing they enjoy it. It's like a weird, it's like my, whatever, I know there's a word for it, but it's probably some long German word that doesn't make sense. But, it's like watching people come to Caterwaul and like have a good time.
Yeah.
It's like, that's kind of like me being generous, and like providing something to the community and to like the city, I guess, especially after like such a rough year. It's not necessarily for like the people who had it really rough, but it's for the city. It's like
It's for the community, for the
Yeah.
music scene specifically. I mean,
yeah, like being like sort of a community organizer in
yeah,
a certain way. Like
yeah.
bringing people together and bringing people from out of town to like show them like. I mean, I know a lot of the bands, most of the bands are from out of town, but there are a handful of local bands like showing that we have this club and like having other stuff that people are visiting, like going to the restaurants around here, drinking local beer. It's like, come back to Minneapolis, check us out.
Right.
It's like, it's kind of what I want to do. Like, ideally, if I keep growing it or we keep growing it, it's like, I would like to have it more and more, community based and get more things involved.
Right.
What dreams may come.
No, that I mean that's a beautiful thing, man. I mean, like that's something I kind of forgot about. I don't remember who it was I was talking about, like talking with about kind of that concept of just like kind of giving back or kind of like realizing that you're kind of connected to your scene and your community or your
Right.
community through your scene. But it's a big deal. I guess I was talking about noise rock. Oh, I think I was actually talking to shit, what's his name now? The guy from No Coast Fest.
Oh yeah, Jeff.
Jeff. Yes.
Yeah,
Because because it is a very kind of like amazing thing to be able to do to like be able to bring these people to your cities for kind of like a kind of a niche thing, you know. I mean, like
oh yeah,
I know that Caterwaul is not a noise festival, like a noise rock festival specifically, but I mean, it does kind of, you know,
yeah,
fall within the realm of like you know loud rock, noise rock, punk rock, and so forth. But you know, and so it's all the weirdos, you know. It's like you and
yeah.
I.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Right, and so that's kind of a beautiful thing to be able to kind of strengthen that community through having a big meeting where we can all kind of converge and hang.
Yeah,
And for you, I'm sure it's more visceral because I mean, like you know, putting out records is great, and to be able to kind of get that occasional or you know random review or you know social media post from somebody like you know just saying how much they love the record, seeing a group of people that show up and that you know bought the ticket and are enjoying themselves and like you know drinking the local beer and showing up for these bands. I mean, that's got to be a much better kind of visceral feeling than the records to a degree.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's yeah. It's a great feeling.
Do you think you're gonna continue on? I mean, like obviously you're gonna continue on Caterwaul for as long as you guys can keep it going, I'm sure. But I mean, you know, speaking of Jeff and No Coast Fest, I mean, like it seems that they have kind of gotten into the realm of the promotional kind of like you know booking agency thing now, where they're actually doing shows across the country, where like there's
Yeah,
No Coast presents shows.
yeah. I'm not sure uh, where it's going to go. I think it's kind of a open-ended situation. Uh,
Yeah,
I think ideally, what I was kind of referring to before, I like kind of like to see Caterwaul get kind of open its doors a little more and get a little more uh, feel out a little more genres. I think.
hmm.
So this is what I was talking to with the owner of Zora Darling, Eric. Uh, how Minneapolis, like 15 to 20 years ago, you could go to a show and you'd have, you know, like a kind of an alt country artist, a hip hop artist, and then like a punk rock artist, and the crowd would stick around for all three bands, you know, and
Yeah,
there wouldn't be any like nobody would say a word about it. They'd all just support them because chances are, like, you know, you probably got a coffee from one of the guys, and then the next you got, you know, you bought cigarettes from the other guy in the other band, and then you got a beer later that night from the other guy from the other band. Like
right.
everybody's like the scene is all. I know the city's gotten bigger and there's a lot more people. There's a lot more condos, so it's not quite as insular as it used to be,
Hmm.
but it's still like it just seems like the shows and the music is kind of like spread out, I guess. So you don't
Yeah.
quite have that same kind of uh, diversity in shows that you used to have here. And we're kind of like just speaking that it'd be nice to kind of maybe get that back a little bit more, as
Hmm.
opposed to like tonight we have, you know, singer songwriter night. Tonight we have punk rock night. Tonight we have hip hop night. You know, to
Yeah.
see like more of a show that's like we have all genres tonight,
Right.
or we
Right.
have Caterwaul, which is more like we have some hip hop, we have some country, we have, you know, some more like bubblegum pop. You know, we have some
Sure.
more like ass kicking country or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. You're willing to diversify in that way, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I
Because
know it's kind of it's an uphill battle. I think with between like we all kind of talk about it, and then it goes all ways all the time when we talk about it.
well, I'm sure because I mean, you know, like it's hard enough to be able to kind of like put this together as it is, like this you know, current 3-day festival as it is. You know, you incorporate like other elements, like, you know, other genres and so forth. I mean, that's got to grow the list exponentially of this, like, well, who can we get, or who do we want to get?
Yeah.
And,
well, yeah, and we already have, like, even this year, there's like probably 10 other bands that we left off that we wanted to have. And
right. Yeah.
so,
I mean, there's only so much time in the day, you know?
yeah.
But it's interesting, I mean, because it's like, it's a really, it's kind of a bad example. Like, I don't like to mention it, but I mean, like Bonnaroo is a huge festival, right?
Right.
But they kind of do that, where it's just like, there's kind of a mixed bill of like all these different genres, but I mean, it's also like a much larger event, you know?
Right.
But I mean, that's something that's kind of like something to aspire to, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it would be something as extreme as something like Bonnaroo.
They're like Lollapalooza,
like
I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That's more of the feel I would kind of be thinking of. It's like the vibe of, and not like the now, but Lollapalooza.
Right. Like
more of like the original Lollapaloozas.
Right.
We could have like more like, you know, an industrial act, and then, you know, some weird random stuff on the side stage, and then.
Right. Yeah, that would be, that'd be amazing. That sounds, I mean, because I was never afforded the opportunity to go to those early Lollapaloozas, but I mean, I remember seeing like ads for them and being like, man, that show's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah. So
I can only imagine how it really was, but it sounds fun, because I love a mixed bill. I mean, like, as music fans, you know, you and I, like, I think it's pretty clear to say that we have a huge background of like musical knowledge of like the stuff that we like that's not all the same.
Yeah, exactly. And like being able to like go to one place or one kind of venue and get like a nice variety grab bag of it all, and have it all be interesting and cool in a cool setting with cool vibes and cool, you know, whatever. And also throw in, you know, said vendors, said whatever informational booth about
whatever politics you want to participate in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Community awareness, so
Yeah.
forth. Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds great. What was I thinking about? Oh yeah. So diverse music background. I mean, let's go back to your label a little bit. So
Sure.
your Learning Curve Records has been around for 25 years, and you've put out a whole lot of records. I'm not familiar with everything on the list, but what would you say, like, do you think that they're all kind of within the realm, like one realm? Like, were you conscious of like trying to adhere to like a genre?
Not particularly, but you could definitely, I could see somebody say that if they just kind of like glossed over it and listened to it. Like if you listen to like In Lieu and then listen to somebody like Bummer, like it doesn't really, I mean, there's definitely abrasive parts to each one of them.
Right.
And then you go to like somebody like Gay Witch Abortion, which is also abrasive, but it's a totally different kind of style.
Yeah.
Then if you listen to like the British stuff, like Hey Colossus is way more indie, kind of like indie rock, British rock, I guess. Or like Vinca's was kind of like that, like southern kind of like swamp rock. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely like a punky noise kind of rock, but it's definitely not all can be lumped into like noise rock.
Right.
There's like uniqueness to each piece. It's not just all like one sound. Like there's not like a learning curve sound, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like you can have like Scrunchies, which is way more like, I know Laura hates like the Riot Girl thing, but it's kind of more like the like punk rock, straight,
yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Melodic vocals, and same with like Triceratops. It's like catchy, it's got hooks,
right?
It's got a thing. Then you turn to like the band from Atlanta, Hawks, from Atlanta. They're called the Hawks. But that's like way more that kind of like punishing Harvey Milk style.
Oh, okay.
Which just, in your face, time for beatdown, or like Power Takeoff is like droney, heavy, like as loud as you can take it.
Mm-hmm. Well, so what is the like? What for you sells you on a band? Like as far as like you saying, I want to put this out.
As cliche as it is, a lot of times it's if I like it.
Right. Well, I mean,
I don't know what you go with, but I mean, I've never been like, which maybe I should, but I've never been like, this is gonna sell.
Right. Right.
I don't like listen to something and like dollar signs pop up on my computer screen or anything like that.
Right. Well, I mean,
but maybe we should.
I think I'd be a poor judge of that anyway. But
yeah, no, exactly. And it helps too.
There's no looking at metrics. There's no like, well, hey, how many followers do you have on Spotify?
Really.
How many?
I mean, there's a little bit of that, but it's not like I don't really take it into consideration.
Do you mostly prefer to see bands live?
I do like to see bands live, and if it's not a possibility, I'll like search for them and look for them like on YouTube to see what it looks like or what they look like live. If I can't like meet up with them in person, I'll always have a phone conversation with them, at least one or two, to see how they do, find out, if they're what they're like, what they do in their spare time, if they're family people or they don't have kids or if they're young,
Right.
Just kind of see like who they are.
Yeah. Is the ability to tour a essential for you?
It's not. I don't make them. It's nice if they can, but I get that if you can't go on like month or 2 month long tours, I'm fine with doing like weekend tours. In the way the world works now, like that's more than enough, I think, anymore. Right. Like how expensive things are, and I don't want somebody to kill themselves like trying to make it on the road in a band, making squat, paying, filling their gas tank up for $200.
Yeah.
And making like $50 at a show.
Right.
Doing like a shitty door deal at some club in Wichita.
Right. Well, I think that's where maybe this whole networking thing kind of comes into play. I mean, like, being somebody that is closely connected to, well, I mean, you have your label, obviously, and you have some distribution, I'm sure. So and you've been around for a long time, so you kind of already have this kind of like built-in network, I'm sure, to a degree. But also the founding of the festival and this other layer of connectivity to the industry and to the business and to touring musicians and so forth. I mean, like, you tie those things together.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely, yeah. I mean, there is that, and we do, yeah, and we do offer that up, or I do, to people, to bands. I do say there is a pretty like established network for people if they want to go out and play.
Right.
Like I do have, X person here, X person there. If you want to play these shows, we would love it if you did that.
Right.
And it's going to help. It's going to help you. It's going to help me. And you're going to be a lot happier with your sales.
Right. And or just even the turnouts and like
Yeah, and your turnouts.
You don't have to kill yourself for like that $25 deal. Like hoping you can get $25 at the end of the night. Right.
Yeah. And then if you do that, and then wait a couple of months, do it again. Then wait a month or two, do it again. And each time you do it, it's going to be better every time.
Right. It's just like running this little business thing we're doing here, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It's weird how that works.
Yeah. Why doesn't everybody think of this? It's so weird.
Yeah, I
know. Another thing, so record label wise, business wise, I'm just kind of curious, and if this is like maybe too much information, then you can just say pass. But like, what is your incentive like to a band, like to try to get them if they didn't come to you?
Yeah, I mean, you
Like, how would you sell yourself to a band if you wanted them?
huh? It's a good question. I'm trying to think the last time I really had to do that. Usually, I just end up asking people, and usually they say yes. It's weird. Like yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. Well, I usually like say the things that we just talked about. Like I say that I have a touring network.
Hmm.
Uh, we will press the records. We'll get it into stores. I mean, whatever stores will take it, I guess, through distribution, which is anymore. It's like, what's the point? But my distribution does get over to Europe. Yeah, there's a PR campaign, you know,
Right.
and
Yeah,
then
because
it's kind of at that point, then it's kind of also like it's how far they want to take it, and then I'll help them with what they want to do,
right.
you know.
Well, like what kind of like uh split do you work out with them for the records?
Uh, what it kind of boils down to anymore is whatever I press, I give them 20%, and then they can get the rest at cost.
Oh, okay. So you give them 20% of the records that you make, and then that's up to them to sell at their shows, and they keep
Yeah,
all of
for
that.
whatever they want. Yeah,
Right.
they can.
Yeah, that seems pretty standard. I mean, like,
Yeah, then they get digital, whatever they want,
right.
or
You don't do
however they
any.
want to. However they want to do that.
Yeah, you don't do any of the digital sales.
Yeah, well, I mean, I usually take uh, like pre-order digital sales and then turn it over to them once it goes live.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
At least on the Bandcamp thing or whatever, and then
Right.
they can do all their own. Uh,
Streaming services stuff,
yeah,
distribution. Yeah.
unless they don't want to,
Right.
which then I'll do it. I mean,
Do you want them to though? I mean, like,
uh, I mean, it's kind of 6 to 1, half dozen the other anymore. You know, it all like the amount of money that really comes in from the streaming services is pretty. You know,
right.
I
It's
mean,
not
like it's
much.
not. Yeah, no,
It's nothing that's gonna help keep the doors open.
no, yeah, it's not keeping any of the doors open
But I mean, but it is a good.
unless you're.
Well, yeah, unless you're a massive,
Yeah,
commercial artist. But I mean, like, um, but it is a way for people to find the music and to kind of like
well, no, exactly. Yeah,
engage with it.
yeah. I think well, something's beeping,
Everything's
but
working okay.
oh yeah, yeah. No, it's yeah. The thing goes, it just beeps randomly.
Sure.
I think because I have like the label account thing. I don't know if it gets more traffic than just if you're a first time artist putting it up. I mean, I don't know the metrics on Spotify and Apple
Hmm.
Music,
Right.
so I haven't really dug too far into it. 'Cause main part of me is like, who knows?
Sure.
I mean, half the people say they don't use Spotify. Half the people say they use Tidal. Half people still use it but don't say they use it. I don't, I don't know.
Right.
Some people only use Bandcamp.
Which is nice. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, yes,
of
I
the
mean, I agree too.
services,
Yeah,
that one's good.
yeah. I mean, I love Bandcamp too. I mean, I'm glad they finally have like a postage thing on there.
Oh yeah, I haven't tried to use it.
I mean, yeah, I haven't used it either, but it's
It's nice. It's
like that
finally
was like
there.
yeah, that's my biggest gripe. I was like, this is so annoying.
Right. It is.
I
It
feel
is a
like go
little
to
tedious.
stamps.com or whatever when somebody orders something physical.
Hmm.
I was like slowly just moving all my physical orders off there.
Yeah.
So I know
Um.
how they put that little warning up there saying that if you move your physical orders off here, nobody's going to buy anything. No, everything will be just fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like, don't threaten me with a good time. I don't know. I mean, what's
Yeah,
if people want it? It's gonna come from somewhere. I mean, like, what?
yeah. You still offer a link to go to the other store, so it's fine.
Right.
It's going to be just fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Even Bandcamp now gets kind of on my nerves. So I'm just
Yeah.
like I pay you a monthly fee for this, plus you take your percentage of every sale that I make. So
Yeah. And plus, if you kind of look at the end of the year, their fees and everything, kind of taking a lot of money.
Yeah, they are.
It's like,
I mean, because you have your own website too. It's right, and you know, so it's just like, fuck, I pay for my own website. Why am I doing this?
Yeah. So like,
Oh boy. All right, we got a lot of reconsidering to do.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I hope it brought some levity to your day.
Oh yeah, no, this is great.
Yeah, I don't know how many interviews you're doing at this moment right now.
Not most of them are. I did one a live one last week, but most of them are via Tunsel's or typing.
Oh, written interviews.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It's but it's nice to speak to somebody, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I've been like, my wife usually comes in every other day or so, and then I've been getting a lot of friends and then stopping in to keep me company. So it's been nice.
Oh, that's
Plus,
good.
it's crazy. There is right now on the floor here, there's 6 other people that are awaiting heart transplants.
Oh man.
We're all O positive, which is insane.
Whoa.
Yeah, but I'm the only one with the LVAD and this kind of heart issue. They all have like different kind of heart problems. Those are all congenital.
Right. So, do you think that there's any
mine's
plotting?
viral.
You think there's any plotting
No,
to kind of like?
No.
Okay.
Like I am considerably bigger than the other ones. So
Oh, okay.
one lady needs a lung and a heart, and then a guy needs a liver and a heart,
Oh man.
and then everybody else needs hearts. So
Boy, there's a little shortage in the market of hearts, huh?
no, oh yeah, there is a shortage. Yeah,
But I mean,
So-
it's also has to be exactly the same type,
Right.
right? Like blood type and all
Yep.
that stuff. So
Yeah,
it's such
so O positive's a really hard one to match.
yeah. I think my brother's O positive.
Yeah, like I said, it's great because everybody, like type A, B, I think O negative can take O positive, but you can't. Like, but it can only coming back. It's only O positive.
Yeah, weird.
Universal donor, not universal taker.
Right. That's very strange.
Yeah. Well,
One more. You know what? One more question for you.
sure.
Because I always talk about people here about like influential albums, and one specifically usually that they have to choose, which I know is a hard choice. And I know you were thinking about it, but let's just say let's give you three albums that you think maybe informed you to want to be a record label.
So I'm going to say Paul's Boutique.
Okay.
That's like one of the records I started listening to because everybody hated it when it came out. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Another one that I got when I
You're
was
an
super young.
early adopter.
Yeah. Another one that I got, it didn't hold up that well, but 'cause I just watched the documentary too. Uplift Mofo Party Plan.
Oh yeah, that's a great
Just
record.
watch. Yeah, some of the songs didn't hold up so well, but
Yeah.
it's like I remember I don't know what the show was called. It was like a bowling show on whatever. Like I think we still only had like 4 channels when I was a kid, but it somehow was on there, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers were playing, and it was a song. I think it was like "Fight Like the Brave" they were playing. And I remember watching it being like, holy crap, this band is so crazy.
Yeah.
And then like instantly like going to whatever record store and like buying the tape and just like nonstop listening to it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Great.
And
They
then
they were a big influence on me growing up. Actually, there's like not controversy, but I mean there's
Oh,
weirdness between fans and the eras, right? So, like I remember I saw
for sure.
Christian Lembach posted something about that because of the documentary. He said it was like, documentary was awesome. You should watch it. He's just like, I know people feel like really weird about this band right now because they went on to make such shit.
I saw that post too that he posted.
Yeah. But those early records are definitely like really great pieces. But I will go so far as to say, like, I really love Mother's Milk and Blood Sugar Sex Magik too.
Yeah, no, I mean, I did too. Like, I kind of like had a roommate, or it wasn't my roommate, but like one of my best friends in college, like, loved Californication too.
Yeah,
and I was like, like Blood Sugar Sex Magik was kind of the end for me.
Yeah.
And then I think the third record, I think I'm gonna have to go with I guess Among the Living by Anthrax.
Okay.
Because those are all kind of like, these are all like my kind of childhood records. It's either that or it's like a three-way tie, I guess. It's like the other one would have been Nothing Shocking.
Oh,
Jane's Addiction.
Yeah.
Or the first, or whatever, not the first, but the Violent Femmes record. That's like one of all the songs, like the girl on the cover.
Yeah, I think that's the first album, right?
I think it's it's self-titled. I can't remember. Like, it's so old, I can't even remember, and I haven't listened to it for so long. But it was like very influential.
Yeah, self-titled. Yep. Yeah, that is a great one.
Oh yeah, the Canadian book is Simple Machines.
Simple Machines. I'm gonna bookmark that right now. I'm glad that came to you.
Yeah, well, yeah, my friend texted it back to me.
Oh, okay. So wait, this is a book from Canada?
Yeah, well, I believe the company. The company is Simple Machines, and they put the book out.
Oh, okay. Called How to Run a Record Label?
Yeah, or something along the lines of like how to put a record out or how to run a record label.
All right, I'll find it. I think I might have found it. Oh yeah, it looks super cool, man. I'm gonna get into this. All right, well, so the third record, Anthrax. I'm not familiar with them. I'll have to listen to that one.
Yeah, it's like like speed metal kind of. They're part of like the big four, big five, or whatever.
Oh yeah,
like Anthrax, Slayer, Metallica. Like a couple of those dudes were in SOD.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the Violent Femmes one, and then DRI, Thrash Zone. These are all like my childhood tapes that I got.
Right, and I guess that kind of kind of picking three, and that blend that you have there, that's a pretty good mixed bag. Where I know I asked you about your label and if you feel like it has like a specific sound to it.
Oh, no, buddy.
But sorry, that's my cat screaming at me. But I mean, I guess that could probably be a little bit of a factor there, or like kind of like show a little bit of like how your brain works musically, where if maybe someone were to kind of get into the entire catalog, which by the way, where do we listen to everything on Learning Curve? Because I checked out Bandcamp and it only goes up to a certain number of artists.
Yeah,
and it stops.
Yeah, the Bandcamp's kind of a work in progress right now.
Oh, okay. So there's not like a cap. You just haven't been able to upload everybody.
Yeah, I'm kind of just slowly getting it together, and I'm like in the process of redoing my website too.
Okay.
These are all things that I've been like working on this spring, and then everything got derailed. I'm actually like redoing the Caterwaul website too.
Oh, okay.
All like projects that I've that seriously got derailed like about a month ago.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have every day to designate to it, I mean, it's really hard to keep up with these things.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I'm working on mine too, and it takes me all goddamn day.
Yeah.
To do one thing.
Yeah, and like especially here, it's like at night it's a lot easier to get stuff done, but like during the day, it's like constantly somebody's coming in and asking like, time to take your blood pressure, time to take your temperature. It's like,
right.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah, annoying. Sure.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to be productive here. Can't you see? Well, but so that again, I think that does speak to it. So and no good place to listen to everything as of right now.
Yeah, not yet, but it will be sooner than later. I'll get everything up there.
Okay. Well, in that
Yeah,
case,
because it's also one of those things that you look at it and you're like, what am I missing? And then all of a sudden you get distracted, you start listening to something, it's like,
right. Well,
I forgot about this
imagine.
release. And then,
Yeah, I can imagine.
especially when you have like so many releases, like.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, do you have like a like a motherboard of like where all of the music exists in a digital format?
Yeah, I have a hard drive that has everything.
Oh, okay. So it's just a matter of accessing that and then kind of finding where it needs to live.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool, man. I hope you get to it and can get that out there. It would be nice to be able to kind of explore the entire catalog. I tried to listen to everything on Bandcamp today, actually. So you're gonna have a big spike in your metrics if you look at it.
Awesome. What would be your 3 records, by the way?
Well, specifically that kind of like motivated or got me like interested in putting out
Yeah,
records.
interested in music. Yeah.
I don't know because I didn't actually ever really think about putting out records. I
Or
kind of
like,
got
well,
it
what in general like got you kind of like interested in
in music.
like, yeah, but like music that's like not necessarily just like your regular like kind of mainstream.
Oh,
Like,
well,
what
I
kind
think
of diverted you off the path?
yeah. I think it was my introduction to the noise rock scene. 'Cause like I was in a band that was similar and very influenced by the Red Hot Chili Peppers when I was a teenager. And I realized I started getting really sick of that as I was getting into my late teens and my early 20s. And by that point, I didn't go to college, so I started working immediately. And I worked at this really great cafe down here called the Cable Car Cinema, which was also a movie theater, like a small run like movie
Right.
theater that had couches inside. It was like all foreign films and stuff like that. Artsy films. And so that was like a great learning place, like a place to like kind of like learn about culture and arts and entertainment. I worked with a lot of great people that were a huge influence on me musically because everybody was allowed to bring in CDs to work and just put CDs into the player and just play them play them in the cafe. So I got turned on to a lot of stuff there that I just didn't know otherwise. Sadly and like kind of like unfortunately, I kind of learned about the Velvet Underground from working there and working with these people. And then it just kept on going from there. It was like the Stooges and
Right.
my friend turned me on to the Zombies, and I really love
yeah.
Odyssey and Oracle. That's a really important record to me.
Yeah.
So Stooges Funhouse probably definitely a huge one. And then as far as like kind of like really centric to like kind of like the whole DIY thing, it probably would be Arab on Radar. It'd probably be Yahweh or the Highway was a really big one for me. And it was cool because
Awesome.
I knew those guys. Like I got to actually meet them. I worked with some of them actually at that cafe.
Wow.
And then like Eric, the singer, told me I should go see his band. And like I'm working with him, and he was. And as a matter of fact, there's this one thing that happened. So I don't know if you know Yahweh the Highway. Do you know it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so the first song starts off right, and the first line that he sings in it is like, "Sometimes I just gotta jerk off."
Yeah.
And I remember talking to him with the guy that we worked for, this guy Eric Bilodeau at the cable car, and like he was like putting up a flyer for a show that was going to be happening, and he was talking to me saying it's like, like, oh, should I go into the RISD building over here, or should I go into this one over here and post a flyer? It's just like I don't know, man, like both of them, I guess, if you can.
Yeah.
And I remember him saying, like, talking to Eric, and I forget what they were talking about, but I remember him saying that to Eric. So Eric Paul is saying this to Eric Bilodeau, and he's just like, like sometimes I just like I go home and I just gotta jerk off, and I was just like, that's weird. Like I just like it didn't. I wasn't affected by it. I knew Eric was like really like weirded out by him saying that out loud, but I don't remember if Yahweh the Highway came out at that point or if it was coming.
Yeah.
But that was hilarious to me, and like that always sticks with me because every time I hear that song, I just think of like him saying that to my boss.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that one is definitely up there, my top 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah, that's definitely good stuff to stew on. You know, like you had some time. Any good stories with any guys that you've worked with that kind of fit that bill?
Nothing's really popping up. The only like thing that can really come up right now is when I was in the hospital when I got the LVAD I was in a double room with a guy, and I had to I had lost a bunch of muscle and I couldn't really move, so they had set up that like the portable potty thing, the shitter that moves or whatever, the commode.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy who was fully capable of moving and walking strolled over, and instead of going to the bathroom, he like stopped and shit in the commode that I was supposed to use, like right by my bed. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? That's all I got. I'm just
That's
like
weird.
I'm like nailing the nurse call button. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right.
Why are you shitting in like my weird toilet that I have to like when I unfortunately have to take a weird shit?
Right.
Like, why are you shitting in it?
Like that's
right
mine,
now, like
too.
right in front of me. Like
That-
you pull the curtain in front of you. That's like right here. I'm like, I can just see you behind the curtain right there. And I know you're shitting. Like,
that's some weird like jail shit. Like,
yeah,
that's some like hard time shit.
yeah. But we're just like in a hospital, and the bathroom is like 5 feet farther. That's all I got to do.
Right.
With like a toilet and water and toilet paper.
Right. So much better. So much better. But
Yeah.
no, you got to do this
Yep.
here.
Nope. I do it right there, right in front of me. Thanks.
Wow. That's wild, man. I'm sorry that happened, you know, but you know,
Still traumatized by 6 years ago.
it builds character though. You know, you really strengthen something in you.
Yeah, did strengthen something. I'll tell you that much.
All right. Well, Rainer, it's been great talking to you, man. Thank you for
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thanks for taking the time to interview me.
Absolutely. I've been looking forward to it because I knew it would just be great to shoot the shit with you and talk records and business. I'm happy that I was able to get some time to do this before the heart comes in, because I knew you'd be laid up for a while, and I definitely wanted to kind of, you know, try to get it in before then, and also before the festival happens.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like I said, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. Well, I don't know. What do you say? Like, best of luck. I hope.
Yeah, I mean, again, yeah, I don't know. It's
I
kind
hope
of
it
yeah.
comes.
I've been thinking about that too. Like yeah, it's weird. I mean, I'm pretty like even keel, like normal guys. Actually talking to one of my nurses today. They talk about like there's a rumor there's like a heart today, and they're like I was like, how do people react when they like find out? And some people are like, I guess some people are like freak out. Some people are like kind of like worried and sad or whatever. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like pretty even keeled about stuff. I'll just try to be like, well, all right, let's go.
Right. Yeah. Because it's like you can't believe it till it's happening, really.
Yeah, what's going to happen? It's going to happen. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Right.
Like, it's not much I can change.
Yeah.
Like, that's just kind of the way. I mean, I'm sure I'll be nervous, you know.
Right.
But there's not, you know, not much I can change.
Right.
I need it.
Sure. It's exciting.
Yeah,
Like,
it'll be exciting.
A little scary.
I'll get over with it. Yeah, it's definitely scary. I'll be nervous. It's exciting. But like I said, it's going to happen one way or the other.
Right. All right. Well, best of luck, man.
come out on their side. Yeah, appreciate it, and yeah, we'll hopefully have one of these on the other side.
I hope so. I do plan to try to
I'd
get
enjoy
out
that.
there, and if I do, then I'll try to get in touch with you.
All right, sounds good.
Best of luck. We'll hear from you soon.
All right, take care.
All right, you too, man. Later.
Bye.
Vinyl and Vision is a Psychic Static production. Theme song written and performed by Jeff Robbins of 123 Astronaut.